Jane Detterding, chairman of the board at Citizens Bank of Kansas and fourth generation banker. It was my great-grandfather 100 years ago, 1922, bought out some stock in the Citizens State Bank of Atlanta in Cowley County, and that's where we all started. There was a young man from Wichita who was assistant cashier at the time. His name was Ray J. Detterding. That would have been my grandfather. He worked at the bank as assistant cashier, and Bert kept him on after they bought the bank. Ray went on to be the president of the bank, and their son Max is my dad. Max was a bank examiner. He did that for several years, and then he was able to buy a small bank in Turin, Kansas, out in Reno County. He later bought out his grandfather, Bert Smith, in the bank in Atlanta, and acquired several other banks, put them all under one umbrella in 1994, Citizens Bank of Kansas. Since that time, we've continued to grow, adding locations in Medicine Lodge, Pretty Prairie, and most recently, acquiring Verus Bank in Derby and Butler County. So we're now knocking at the window of $500 million bank with a little over 100 employees at 10 locations. We are a community bank. We take care of our communities, those local communities we live in. We support schools. We take care of the community that works for us, our staff. And then, of course, we're community bankers to our customers. We go that extra mile and willingness to work something out that might be a little outside the box. You know, that's how you create absolute trust with those people. They'll respect you, they'll remember that, and that's what we believe in, is building those relationships and enduring whatever comes our way.
I married Amy Detterding, who was really our founder's daughter. After Amy and I got married in 1986, I went to work as a bank examiner in February of 1989. Did that for almost 4.5 years, and then went to work for the 3 separate banks in 1993. And then in 2002, I became president and CEO of the bank. And today I'm CEO of the bank. Being a 100-year-old bank in Kansas is not very common. And also having the 5th generation being in the bank, which would be my daughter Sarah, really just makes me very proud of where we started and where we are today. You know, it's not so much about growth and acquisition and those things, but it's being a good steward, not only to our bank customers and owners, but to our communities. That's probably the proudest thing for me, being that we're 100 years old and the same family ownership. It's just super to be in this position.
Since my great-great-grandfather acquired the bank in 1922, it's been 100 years since then. It's crazy to think about that in so many ways, the way the world has changed, the economy, just the country in general. And now that's something that I'm a part of, and I get to have an ownership stake in, and possibly even our 6th generation. We have a lot of employees that have been with us for a very long time. I hope that they are just as excited about 100 years as we are, and really we are celebrating them and all of our employees in this kind of big celebration at the end of the year, because we want them to know that we wouldn't have gotten to this point if they weren't with us and, you know, showing their dedication and loyalty. There are literally people who have been here at the bank my whole life, so it's just both exciting. I think that we are able to keep employees and talent for that long, and also hopefully they're looking forward to celebrating just this accomplishment for our family and for the bank. Banking isn't a money business, it's a people business. I think when my grandpa first said that, it just meant that it's not about the most money you can make or the best rates in town. It's about having a relationship with your customers, with the community, and just showing that what you're doing by lending people money is really helping them further their lives, their businesses, their communities, their families.
Banking isn't a money business.
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 It's a people business.